Over 30 years ago, the world took notice when supermodel Veronica Webb became the first woman of color to secure a major cosmetic contract with Revlon, opening the doors for others like Tyra Bank to have the same opportunity. Veronica is a history-making trailblazer, and she's here with us today on ISF. Veronica, welcome.
Aw, thank you, sweetheart.
Veronica, 35 years in the business. Let's just start there, but you are a woman of first. And as we celebrate Women's History Month, I thought who better than to talk about the progress, the impact, and just the power that women of color have had in so many different sectors in life. You have graced the covers of top international fashion magazines like Vogue, Essence, and Elle, and you've worked with the best, Alaya, Versace, Chanel, and you always lean on confidence is radiance. Who instilled that in you?
My mother did. And I have to say, speaking of the contributions that women of color have made, I come from a family of first. My mother was in the first generation of commissioned Black female officers in the U.S. Army, and she retired as a lieutenant colonel. My Aunt Hazel was the first Black nursing professor at Columbia University here in New York, which is an Ivy, so that's a pretty big deal. And one of my sisters is the first Black oncologist the first Black female oncologist in the state of Michigan.
In 1992, you became the first woman of color to secure the Sugar Plum of cosmetic contracts in modeling with Revlon. That was major. When you hear that now, all these years later, does it still resonate the same?
Of course it resonates the same because it helped to really change the industry. And within a year of Revlon hiring me, every other major cosmetics company followed suit. But I also have to, really talk about the people behind the scenes who were making decisions. And there was a woman called Jerry Bacchus Glover, who was a cosmetic chemist at Revlon. She's a Black woman, and it took her 20 years to fight and develop that line at mass market for Black women. And if not for Jerry, it wouldn't have happened. So it's all the scenes, it's all the people behind the scenes that really have the power.
We see you as an icon. Let's just call you what you are. You are an icon, and we've had generations of newer models and younger models look to you as someone they can aspire to and to pretty much emulate your career and the path you've taken. What are some of the conversations you've been able to have with women in fashion, and speak to the importance of Black women in fashion and their contributions?
Well, I think, one of the biggest contributions that we make on the visual side is showing Black people as symbols of aspiration, symbols of a luxury life, symbol of, because fashion is really trying to show you a life without limits. Fashion is really trying to show you how to bring out your own beauty so that it creates a universal message. And I think that's the really important thing about seeing women of every different size, color, preference, orientation, that it says, we have a common humanity that, we strive to be our best. We strive to go beyond where we are right now, because what fashion says is, this is where I come from, but also where I want to go.
Absolutely. And yet your biggest accomplishment and what you're most proud of is being a mother and a wife.
Yeah, I love my family and family first. And that's something that, my mother always taught us. And, just as a nod to Women's History Month, I want to say that one of the things my mom taught me was no matter what you do for a living, right? Whether you're an entrepreneur or, you work at a firm, you are working for yourself, because what you're working for is to build your family. And at the end of the day, everything that you can do to empower yourself to have time with your family is the ultimate goal of being a successful professional.
I have no words. You are a supermodel of the world, and we are forever grateful.